How to identify head and shoulder patterns. We will use the current example from the Nasdaq or the US markets. And in this chart, we can quite clearly observe that a potential head and shoulder formation is developing, meaning that if the price break below this neckline, we may see a deeper correction from the April low. I will go through the rules on how to identify a head and shoulder formation. We will also cover how to recognize when the pattern is invalid, meaning the market continue pushing above this all-time high. Finally, we will discuss how we can position ourselves early before waiting for a break below the neckline for confirmation. My name is Kon Hao. My work in this channel is to study behavior science and finance, discover correlation between different markets, and uncover potential opportunities. This analysis is based on technical studies and does not constitute financial advice. Please consult your licensed broker before investing. Let's first go through the rules of identifying the head and shoulder. First, the structure. The left shoulder, the price have to rise to a peak, then it decline. And for the head, the price rises again, surpasses the left shoulder high, make a new peak, then it declines. And for the right shoulder, it is still in the making. The price rise again, and we're not sure what will be next. But if it did not break above the highest peak and it start to decline, it could be potentially heading towards the formation of the head and shoulder. And the neckline is crucial, and we have to draw a support line connecting to all these significant low. And this part is a little bit tricky. I would suggest that you continue to make some adjustment and find all these significant low. You could do this if you want, but I felt that there's only 2 points. And what I would do is that I try to find the match of all this crucial low, and we could see that perhaps this could be a better fit where I could see 2 lows touching here, this low almost touching there, and this was at the closing price, just nice. And I will reference to this neckline. If it break below and close below, this would be a confirmation that the head and shoulder has formed. And lastly, very important is its volume. And we could see that how valid was this left shoulder formation. Of course, this was during July last year. And please do find out what happened July in the macro development. As the market fall, we could see that the selling volume pick up. So this volume is valid. And also, please find out what happened to beginning of this year to April. I'm sure many of us know what's happening. What was the macro development? As the market fall, the volume pick up. It also means that the head is very much valid down here. And now we're waiting for the right shoulder to form. And I will have to justify that. I'm suggesting that this is potential right shoulder. I'm not suggesting that it is forming, but this is potential. And that's something exciting for our investor and traders, where we use patterns to make our decision is always full of excitement, of anticipation. Next, how to recognize when the patterns is invalid. And this is pretty straightforward, is that when the market continues pushing above its all-time high, which is here, and close above this all-time high, then I would say that the anticipation for this head and shoulder, it will be invalid. Lastly, how can we position ourselves earlier before waiting for a break below this neckline as a confirmation? Of course, we can wait for the break to come as a confirmation, but for me, usually I would like to be a little bit more active than being passive. So this is just for your reference. It may not be for everybody. And this is where I get into the micro view by first acknowledging where is the macro view. And we're discussing the macro view because we are observing from this weekly chart. And let me just get into this chart here. And I will get into the daily chart and maybe allow me to clear off all these studies for clarity. And what I could see here is that we are seeing potentially this could be a formation of the right shoulder. And what I could see here that over the past few days, and I could see that there was this inverted hammer. this could be the peak, and market seems like still developing. And as I get into the hourly or the 3 hours chart, and typically, and this is how I would like to observe how the market develop, and I would like to draw a typical uptrend line that usually I like to draw. And I could see that this is a very classic uptrend line over the 3 hours chart, nicely supported in every bottom here. And of course, that was on the daily perspective, we could see an inverted hammer, and it is still developing. And of course, if you're not too sure, I could see that it kind of break below this uptrend line, and it's still testing from the support, now become a resistance. Now, in the context of if you want to wait further, if it suddenly fall, and it could be reacting to this hammer on the daily chart. And what I do is that I would maybe take some risk to maybe sell into strength and put a stop loss here. And I'm anticipating that perhaps the uh, right shoulder may be forming if you do not want to wait for the neckline to come. So at every stages, in this case is 3 hours chart, you may want to take a small risk to try with a stop loss above here. So what do you think that the market likely or unlikely fulfill this head and shoulder setup? I would like to hear your thoughts on this. We cannot perfectly time the market, but it is possible to get the market timing right. The market are always telling us on their next move. Feel free to leave any comments below. I love to exchange ideas with you on what is about to come. Really happy that you stay through this tutorial. You have many great trading weeks ahead.